Hello, I have a confession to make. I play Minecraft Bedrock. This is probably because I learned to play Minecraft on the Nintendo Wii U, and I played on the Nintendo Switch, so when Bedrock came to the Switch, well, I made the change and played Bedrock. When hardcore mode became a feature in Bedrock, I decided to give it a try. I had several worlds end in disaster. No. I died by flaming zombie, a creeper hiding in a tree, another creeper hiding in the snow, a creeper in a cave, I died from a missed parkour jump, and finally from a skeleton when I bit off more than I could chew in a cave one day. Oh, we're close! Oh no! But in this world, I am determined to make it to 100 days and fight the Ender Dragon. Let's go. I spawned on a hill with some jungle trees, punched some wood, made a wooden pickaxe, poked into a cave, killed a zombie, got stone to make tools, and some coal for fuel and torches. I set out east and collected some food from the cows I found along the way. I saw some sheep and gathered their wool to make a bed for safety. I found a village and picked up some supplies before sleeping the night away. I cooked the meat that I had and gathered up several hay bales. I climbed a windswept stony hill gathering coal and iron along the way. I found a flattish area near the top and decided to set up base. There's a ruined portal nearby I'll want to explore later. That green area over there will be the future site of my home. I set down my crafting furnace and flattened out some of the surrounding area. I planted an oak tree and made iron armor. I feel safer. I also made a shield. I don't want to take any chances. I spread some light around to make my base slightly more spawn resistant at night. I went over to the ruined portal to see what loot I could find, but there was no chest. Has part of this tree trunk been replaced by netherrack? That's incredible. You guys ever seen an oak netherrack tree before? I saw a cow, so I dug a hole and put her inside. These cliffs are crazy. I used a waterfall to get down safely and filled my bucket twice to give myself an infinite water source back up at the base. Then I dug stone, placed dirt, and hoed myself a garden. Wait a minute, how did you just get out? Don't do that. Oh my gosh. A bull stopped by, so I put him in the pen with the cow, fed both of them, and they made a baby. I've got a mommy and a daddy. Oh, and a son! That's adorable. I felt better once I had some crops planted. I started a mine and ran into a skeleton spawner. What luck! Gunpowder, iron ingots, a golden apple, and some string. I dug out a spot for a pond and filled it with water. Very satisfying. I went fishing and caught an awesome bow. Then I fed the cows. I used some bone meal to accelerate my potato farm, then put down a campfire for free cooking. I went back down to where that skeleton spawner is and started clearing out a 9x9x9 cube. I ran into a cave and had to spread some light and clear out some mobs. I cleared out more space for an experience farm and went back up to my base to make an iron pick and feed the cows again. I finished clearing out the space and set up a drop chute area for the farm. I got the water all set, then tested the farm. It works. I finished the drop chute and farmed some wheat. I combined bows to make sure my awesome bow had full durability. I set out to explore and found a cool cave with a lake inside. I was worried about the danger, so I retreated and found a different way. Creepers are scary, but I won this battle. I started staircasing down and hit a cave with multiple creepers and other mods, but I managed to survive. One creeper got me, but it wasn't enough. I grabbed some sugarcane and a zombie with a helmet attacked me right out in the sunshine. There was a baby on his back. Whoa, why is there a baby? Why is there a baby? Why is there a baby? Oh my gosh, I hate the babies. It was hiding. On the plus side, my bow is pretty good with creepers. Dark oak! I'll be building with this later. I got some saplings and staircased down again. I hit a small cave and got my first lapis. Thunder and creepers are a scary mix. More caving and I found one diamond. It's a start. A skeleton shot through lava and caught me on fire. I didn't know that could happen. Hey, I found some diamonds. This is what I've been looking for. Now we can start the enchanting process. I gathered up some sand for the fishing pond and boated back home to place the sand around that pond. And I planted some sugarcane so I could make paper, so I could make books, so I could make bookcases, so that later I can do some enchanting. I went fishing and caught a rod with lure 3 and mending on it. Then I fed the cows and took a water bucket down to the ruin portal to make some obsidian for an enchantment table. I carved out a spot in the stone and placed the table. We're on our way. I expanded the cow farm so we can speed up the leather process. Then I planted a dark oak tree up on the hill, just because I thought it would look nice. I mined through the drop chute to the skeleton farm and got some experience. I placed a few bookshelves and finally started work on my first small shelter. Is it day 26 already? All I need is a small space for a bed and a chest where mobs are less likely to sneak up on me. But I also want it to look decent, so I'm using deep slate bricks and dark oak with some smooth stone accents. Dark oak planks and a deep slate ceiling, and it's time to move the bed inside. To celebrate, I went fishing and fed the cows. The fishing hole is looking a little dull, so I put some magma blocks in for bubbles. More fishing, more feeding, more dark oak. I put looting on an iron sword, started baking some potatoes, and installed steps between my base and the fishing hole. Very nice. It was time to set out on a journey, looking for adventure and spruce saplings. I had myself a bit of a scare here. Oh my. I'm going to need to be more careful. I went to sleep in a birch forest and I was awakened by a zombie. Rude. I found a spruce forest and gathered plenty of saplings. I also saw a ruined portal on my way back home and swiped the gold blocks. When I got home, I fed the cows and used my looting sword to acquire enough leather to finish the bookcases for the enchanting setup. The table is offering me Smite 5 on an iron sword, which would be perfect for farming skeletons, so I took the drop chute down to earn some experience. Oh, my sword broke. I went back up to the base, made some more iron swords, and came back down to get to level 30. I put Smite 5 on a sword, and I got Fire Aspect 2 and Unbreaking 3 also. That's a sweet deal. Let's try out this new sword. Hey, 1 hit each. This'll make farming much quicker. I put Unbreaking 3 on my diamond pickaxe and also got Efficiency 3 and Fortune 2? I'll admit I was disappointed, but this pickaxe is going to make an excellent workhorse that'll increase my coal and iron yields too. Back up to level 30, and it's time to put Feather Falling 4 on a book. I then use the anvil to put it on my boots, and now I feel much less susceptible to a giant fall. That's a big deal for me in hardcore. I put Fire Protection 3 on my leggings just in case I fall into lava in the Nether, and planted a big spruce tree, which I promptly chopped down for lots and lots of spruce wood. I took a moment at the top of the tree to enjoy the beautiful sight of my base from above. I placed a bucket of water to make a waterfall down that big cliff and carved a little walkway at the bottom to begin a proper mine. Right away at y=0, I found some diamonds. I stumbled into a cave with deep dark biome and carefully mined away the skulk sensors. I found some more lapis, so I grabbed it. Hey, what's that out there? A shipwreck? I went to check it out, but then I got scared and I retreated with my tail between my legs. I started a branch mine down at y=0, and while grabbing some iron I found more deep dark. A shrieker went off and darkness fell, so I slunk away slowly. I was okay. I came back and mined that shrieker to make things safer. I found myself poking around in a claustrophobic, deep, dark cave system. There are lots of sensors. Thankfully, no shriekers. Until suddenly... I retreated out of that area and went back to staircasing down to bedrock level, but I triggered another shrieker and I had to retreat to the surface. The enchantment table was offering sharpness 4 on my diamond sword, so I grabbed the old Smite 5 and went down to the skeleton farm. Whoa, sharpness 4, unbreaking 3, and looting 3? This is an awesome sword! Next, the table was showing respiration 3 for the diamond helmet, so I decided to make that my next goal. I did some fishing from the mine entrance and caught a rod with Unbreaking 3 and Luck of the Sea 2, so I made an anvil and combined it with my existing rod to add Lure 3 and Mending, and I did some more fishing. I caught another rod with Luck of the Sea 2, so I combined it with my existing rod to get the perfect fishing rod, Lure 3, Luck of the Sea 3, Unbreaking 3, and Mending. This set me way back for experience levels though, so I went back down to the skeleton farm to catch up. Once I got to level 30, I enchanted the helmet with Respiration 3, and I also got Thorns 2? Oh well, can't win them all. I immediately took the helmet out to the shipwreck and got some gunpowder, a treasure map, and iron, lapis, and emeralds, along with a bottle o' enchanting. I took my goodies back towards the Cliffs of Insanity. Just look at this. I headed back down to the bottom of the world, but I triggered another Shrieker. I crept away in the darkness, back up to y=0, where I mined some more lapis to give that deep dark a chance to calm down and reset. Unfortunately, when I went back down, I made the Warden mad. Fortunately, I was able to escape unharmed. I needed a break from all this stress, so I went fishing until I hit level 30, and then I set out to find that buried treasure. I had to sleep before opening it, and in the morning, I found some good stuff, but nothing mind-blowing. Hold on, what does the weight record sound like? I had to find out. Hey, I like it. Wait, no I don't. I made some diamond armor and the table was showing fire protection 3 for everything, but also feather falling 4 for the boots on a middle enchant. In the end I decided to put fire protection on the diamond leggings. I combined some golden helmets, put one on, and ventured into the Nether, hoping for a relatively safe spawn. I had a bit of a scare with some magma cubes right off the bat, so I had to retreat and eat some food before exploring. My Y level was pretty high, so it wasn't too tough to dig to the top of the world for a quartz mine. When I left the Nether, I was jumped by a magma cube in the overworld, but it wasn't anything I couldn't handle. I enchanted a book and got knockback 2, so I added it to my sword with sharpness 4, looting 3, and unbreaking 3. Then I tossed my bottle o' enchanting. It didn't help that much. Why are these so weak? I put a stack of iron in the furnace, fed the cows, and chopped some more spruce. It's time to start thinking about a house. I trapped some sheep in case I want to start gathering wool for a trip into the deep dark. Then I cleared the area of trees and did some light terraforming. I took a break and did some caving to test out my sword, and boy, knockback is awesome. I went exploring for a bit because I wanted to find some dripstone. I didn't find any dripstone, but I did find a Badlands biome. I also found a lush cave, which is exciting, so I did some exploring, but I didn't find much. Outside in the jungle, I was minding my own business when this happened. Oh my goodness gracious. I nearly had a heart attack. After I had recovered, I found a jungle temple. I never find these. I carefully worked my way through, but I did take one arrow to the chest. The treasure in here was weak, but there was a hidden chest which had some wild armor trim and a respiration book, which is pretty cool. I'll totally put that on my helmet. On my way back toward the base, I found another cave and went around lighting it up and slaying mobs. I found diamonds and creepers and some endermen. Hey, pearls. I need these. Then I decided to head back home. Back at the base, I enchanted diamond boots and got feather falling 4 and unbreaking 3. These will be my dragon fighting boots. I put efficiency 3 on a diamond pickaxe and got nothing else. I put protection 3 on a diamond chest plate and got unbreaking 3 and thorns 1. Yeah, I'll take that. It's time to start thinking about my permanent home. It is day 72 after all. I got going on an outline with spruce and dark oak, and I liked the way it was looking. I built up to the tops of the walls to get a better idea of what it would look like, then took it in from a few different angles. Yeah, not bad. I built up the support posts to give the house some more shape and structure. This inside corner is a little awkward. I ended up tearing that bit out, and I like it better this way. I added more dark oak stairs to ease the path between the new house and the rest of the base, and I admired my work once more. I continued work on the roof by adding dark oak slabs to the stone brick outline. When I took a look though, I realized my mistake. I wanted flat open triangles on the ends of the roof. I gotta fix that. There we go, that's looking better. I mean, I need to clean it up still, but you get the idea. I needed a break from building, so I went back into the Nether to look for a fortress. Bridging through lava is stressful when you're playing hardcore. I spotted a fortress in the distance, but I ran into a wither skeleton when I got close. Another wither skeleton made me panic, so I had to run away and regroup. Can I use my shield on these guys? Oh, yes, this is the way. I started gathering blaze rods and exploring the fortress, setting blocks 3 high to thwart those withery boys. Soon I had all the blaze rods I needed, so it was time to do some treasure hunting. Hey, a wither skeleton skull! In hardcore! I'm the best! If you think I might be the best, you should probably subscribe. I didn't find much in the chests, and I was getting stressed, so I thought it would be best to wrap up this quest. I left the fortress and headed back toward the portal, grabbing some pearls along the way. When I got back, I put my wither skeleton skull on display over the threshold of my new home. As I was crafting my Eyes of Ender, it began to rain. An ominous omen, perhaps. I enchanted a book with Unbreaking 3 and combined it with the Respiration book from the Jungle Temple to add it to my Prot 3 helmet. I threw my first eye and set out on a journey to find the stronghold. The very first throw broke the eye. I'm already down to 7. I dove down into the water and sat out in my trusty boat. I got distracted by a pillager outpost and I wanted to check it out. These guys were no match for my incredible skills. I got to the top and found a goat horn of the Seek style and an Efficiency 3 book for my trouble. Nice. I found a village and I suspected that the stronghold might be right beneath it. They often are in Bedrock. So I went to the bell in the center of town and started digging down, ready to MLG water if needed. I found the stronghold and immediately spotted the portal through a window in the wall. Amazing! I never have this kind of luck. I took out the silverfish spawner and counted up the eyes. There are 5 already in place. I have never seen 5 before. We have just enough to jump right into the end, but I've got to go and do some more prep work first. I built another portal in the end portal room, made an anvil, combined my diamond pickaxes to get efficiency 4 on the Unbreaking 3 and Fortune 2 workhorse. I poked around in the stronghold a little bit and found a library with eye armor trim and an Unbreaking 3 book. Excellent. So I hopped into the Nether, got Return to Sender, thank you very much, found some ancient debris, and made my way back to the base. The table was showing Protection 3 for diamond boots. I could combine those with my current boots, but I didn't have nearly enough levels, so I need to go back into the Nether to mine quartz. I found some ancient debris along the way, which could come in handy during future videos. Once I hit level 3, I came back to my base. It was nighttime, so I slept the night away for safety's sake. The next morning, I was sorting out some stuff when suddenly... Whoa. Whoa. Did he attack me and get thorns? Did anything fall into the fire? Oh man. Holy smokes. Okay, I got goosebumps up and down my leg. That was a close call. I have to be more careful. I was making a new chest to put all that stuff in when this happened. Gosh, maybe I'm not cut out for this. I enchanted the boots and took a look at the leggings. Protection 4. I'm gonna want those for the end. I went back into the Nether for more quartz and experience, and something strange happened. What's in front of me, though? I don't get what I'm looking at here. It looks like glowstone, but it can't be. Why is there glowstone here? Why is there glowstone in a hallway I already dug? Like, guys, that's weird, right? Do any of you know how that could happen? Comment below, please. Oh, and if you're not subscribed yet, you should definitely join the party. So I got up to level 30 and closed up my house before I slept. I'm learning, Super Nintendo Chalmers. I sent a creeper flying and then put protection 4 on the leggings, and I got unbreaking 3 with it. The chestplate was showing blast protection 4, so I went down to the skelly farm and got back to level 30. I burned those levels on the helmet, and now the chestplate is showing protection 3, so I went back down to the skellies. I got protection 3 and unbreaking 3 on the chestplate, which I'm quite pleased with. I combined it with my other chestplate to get protection 4. I also combined my helmets to get protection 4. Okay, we have prot 4 and full durability and unbreaking 3 on that, and that. We have prot 3 and unbreaking 3 and feather falling 4 on that. Additionally, we have thorns 1 on that and respiration 3 on that. That is a pretty good set of dragon and armor, I do believe. I don't want to take any chances in the end. I went and grabbed some pumpkins and sheared them into jack-o'-lanterns for the end. If you wear a jack-o'-lantern on your head, you can't accidentally make Endermen mad when you look at them. I grabbed some extra steaks from the cow pen, and now I was feeling fully prepared, but I wanted to have a nice home to return to after the dragon fight, so I decided to do some more work on the house. I fixed the roof and added walls and windows to the roof line. I think it turned out pretty nice. What do you think? Now that's a sharp roof. I slept up at the old base and completed my 100th day in Minecraft Hardcore on Bedrock. I didn't have any time to pat myself on the back though. I've got a dragon to fight. I returned to the end portal and put the eyes into place. I put a pumpkin on my head and jumped in. Here we go. I got a decently safe spawn and dug my way up to the main island. I set up a spot to get some ender pearls, but the dragon immediately brought me down to 3 hearts, so I had to retreat. I found a different spot and earned myself about a stack of pearls, then started pillaring up and destroying crystals. I like to think I'm a pretty decent shot with the bow, for Nintendo Switch controls anyway. What do you think? Now it's time to use pearls to get close when she lands and let my sword do the talking. Oh, we're so close! Here it is, here it is! I got her! I gathered up the experience, grabbed the dragon egg, and jumped into the portal to trigger the credits. I can't believe I've done it. I'm proud of myself. Hey, if this video gets enough likes, I'll do 100 days on the Nintendo Switch too, and if you want to watch another video right now, there are a couple on the screen. You click on either one of those and I'll meet you over there in Basement Craft.